I'm live, and we are in Tennessee, or the only 10 I see. No,
Sorry, what?
I'm not talking to you. Ever again. So let's see, we'll wait for some people to come in here. So driving along Tennessee, self-driving along, that is. That's what Tennessee looks like. We have 2 hours and 13 minutes, 145 miles to go to our Airbnb. Where are we? Are we on Route I-65 South? For another 11 miles, 10 miles, and then we go I-24 East. I don't know how good my data is right now. We went to Mammoth Cave, and within a couple of miles of the cave, there is like no cell coverage. Hey, we got people here. How's it going? We are day, I don't know what, of our 9-day trip. Is it day 6, day 7? And thank you for the thumbs up. Today we went to Mammoth Cave. Well, we left Illinois, went to Mammoth Cave, went to the Corvette Museum, and I bought something. Hey, so what do we got? We got Vulcan Rumble, Lightning Scott. How's it going? How's it going? I was going to say I haven't talked to Dark, but everybody knows that would be a lie. I've talked to Dark. I haven't talked to him about who his guest would be tonight. So, talk to Dark, talk to Crump, of course. I'm not going to tell you Dark stuff. Let Dark tell you Dark stuff. So, pizza report. I did not get Chicago pizza. And we had lame AF pizza at Mammoth Cave. So, if you go to Mammoth Cave, don't eat food there. Get food somewhere else. So, and the Mammoth Cave food was significantly worse than Costco pizza, and certainly not cheap. Yeah, their $10 8-inch pie was mostly crust and not nearly as good. I don't know what a Costco slice of pizza is, but it might be under $2, I think. Ballistics, how's it going, man? Let's see, I must have driven through a state that Bending Ballistics is from. I forget if you're Tennessee or Kentucky. I'm in Tennessee right now. Unless it's Georgia, then I'm all wrong. But yeah, we are rolling for another 2 hours, 10 minutes. I gotta pay attention at 7.2 miles. Jump on 24 East. Uh-oh, just got power back from the tornadoes. Well, just don't have tornadoes. You're right off 24. Yeah, we're going to be approaching 24 in 6.7 miles. So, my daughter was asking me to rate what we did and what I liked best. I think the Atlanta Aquarium was the best so far. U505 at the Chicago Museum of Industry and Transportation was number 2 for me. I think the cave would be 3. The Chicago boat tour, boat/architecture tour would be number 4. Corvette Museum would be 5. So Corvette Museum was good, but it definitely wasn't incredible. I would say, hey, if you're there, go see it, definitely. we got an Airbnb that we're heading to. So we're heading from 65 to 24 East, and I'm feeling it. I've been driving a significant amount today, even though Skylar was sleeping a significant amount while I was driving. She says she's too tired to drive. And she's watching videos while I'm driving, as opposed to making videos. So I did buy something at the Corvette Museum, and it may have been a Corvette, and a real one, not a model, not a poster, but I bought a $100 raffle ticket for a Corvette. And instead of buying like the $20 raffle ticket, I bought the $100 raffle ticket because less people buy the $100 raffle tickets. So let's see. Is my neck burning? Is your neck burning? No, not particularly. Are you talking about her? She's got the neck pillow. Wow, bright light. I can't see. Oh shoot! Yeah. I had no idea you were in the neighborhood. Yeah, I haven't announced my plans and all that bit enough, or communicated enough. But yeah, that would have been cool to meet up at the Corvette Museum. I did meet Red Dawn Readiness in Orlando. I did an early gas stop at Costco, so we met over there. Let's see, nobody else. I haven't bumped into anybody else. So let's see, what was Dark doing? I think I talked to Dark. He went to his daughter's soccer game, and I think I talked to him afterwards. You drive down the highway, you see billboards, and it seems like every mile there's a lottery billboard. And so Powerball and Mega Millions, it doesn't look like there's been a winner. They're at 140, 489. So, whoop, we're coming up on a city here. Let's see. What do we got here? Sky, what city is that? Give you guys the look-see. 1.6 miles. I gotta do some driving. Cancel. Flipping. I'm gonna wait here. You might hear some air conditioning noise, and I'm gonna apologize. 24 East is a left exit. I might actually have to touch the wheel. Betty Ballistic says that's Franklin. Okay, 24 East towards Chattanooga and Knoxville. So this literally the first time. Mr. Diaz, how's it going? So what's up? We're driving. We got an Airbnb tonight, and we're driving another 135 miles, about 2 hours. I don't know if I slept so well at my sister-in-law's. It was a little humid. She doesn't use AC, but it was just sticky. I was waking up repeatedly feeling sticky icky. Being that I'm used to an air-conditioned house, because in Florida you run air-conditioned all but 2 weeks a year. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely hit you up after I'm live. So let's see. Swing by, visit Hickok 45. Yeah, I ate breakfast with him at SHOT Show 2 years ago. I mean, I sat next to him. It was immediately next to him. I intentionally didn't fanboy or anything. I think I said good morning, and that was about it. But as soon as he got up, there was like a line of people for selfies. So That was he was a gentleman about it. And that's in the media room. I mean, everybody's media. Yeah, we're going by a stadium. I don't. Whose stadium is it? Oh, let's see. It's Nissan Stadium. They got the naming rights. I don't know what team. Welcome to Nissan Stadium. Home of. Come on, tell me home of. Sweat Kirkland Tequila. Yeah, nah, I haven't touched the stuff in a while. It's been a long time. Tennessee Titans. Okay. Are you guys getting wind noise? Any air from the AC vents? Just let me know. Because in Florida, when it's hot, a lot of air blows out of the vents there. Oh my gosh. Do slip and fall lawyers own every billboard ever? So we are in the lane for Knoxville, Chattanooga, 24 and 40. And what was that, a Challenger? Yeah, that was a Challenger of some sort. Sounds good. Alright. So since we're combat AI, adaptive cruise controlling, yes, it screams if I don't. I'm gonna take my hand off the wheel. Oh, it's not screaming right now. But if there's not enough torque for where it thinks you should be, it'll scream. Catalog got arrested. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I read that. I thought you were saying something else, but then I reread it. Apparently, the guy has addictive issues, both alcohol and other. I don't know the guy. I may have shook his hand once and said hello to him or something. That's a challenge. And I think I posted on my community tab, somebody did a good video on it, discussing it, and probably the best possible light of like, hey, you know, this is what happens when you have addiction, addictive issues. Apparently he's done live streams, smelling cocaine. I'm sure he just liked the smell of it. And apparently he's done live streams drunk. And don't get me wrong, I've thrown back some drinks while on a live stream. Really, dude? I got my signal on. You gonna let me in? Is that called letting me in? I mean, I drank a stupid amount in my 20s. Probably, wow. I think I'll leave it at that, but stupid amount of alcohol. And I grew out of it. And I'll tell you, the problem with Nick is, you know, he's an adult. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. I think at least one kid. I'll tell you what finally made me man up and stop drinking and stop partying is I bought the house my great-great-grandfather built for my father. And I'm like, all right, I can't F around anymore. And that was, you know, some of us have some sort of come to Jesus moment. And that pretty much was it for me. It was, I got to make sure I do this right. You'd hope somebody that's a husband or father takes on that responsibility, and in all forms of the word, soberly takes on that responsibility. And I don't want to trash the guy. I absolutely want to wish him his best, that he makes a full recovery. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it there. Let's see, are we stably driving? Alright, I got 127 miles left to make a turn. So let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, I don't know. To my knowledge, Ricada wasn't a GOA attorney. No, I'm way the frick out of Chicago. I was just in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We went to Mammoth Cave, and then we went to the Corvette Museum. Turn signals are optional. Nashville, yeah. Yeah, hey, a lot of good people are plagued with addiction, so that's a tough nut. And I think what a lot of us have to realize is people aren't all built the same, physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever. And you're not walking in their shoes, and you got to realize that they have different challenges that they're dealing with. So while I was never addicted to alcohol, as much as that evidence would seem to point otherwise. I could always just stop. It was never a big deal for me. And I haven't been drunk in decades. So I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I'm just saying it hasn't affected me that way. Crump has talked about some medications he's been on that should be addictive, prescription meds, and that he was able to just stop. And some people's chemistry just works that way. So I got an hour and 55 minutes to go. And in case I'm going to tell you a story about U-Haul. So, I think it was Tuesday, I picked up the U-Haul trailer, and it was at Stewart, at a range I've actually been to. So they had a fenced-in yard where they had a U-Haul trailer. And so not many U-Haul places have traveling U-Haul trailers, meaning trailers that they don't own, but trailers that they'll let go one way. So that's a little bit more of a unique situation, is finding a one-way U-Haul. So I had picked where I'm going to drop off, which was like a mile from my sister-in-law's in Champaign, Illinois. So the paperwork, documentation, emails, whatever, said this specific place. So literally as soon as I got there, I unloaded. It was like 8:10, 8:15 p.m. on Friday, when I unloaded the trailer and brought it back at like 8:15 p.m., like 15 minutes after they closed. They said they had cameras, not a problem. All right, so the first hitch with U-Haul is, I've had this happen to me multiple times, is no matter how many times you say, no, I don't want bubble wrap, no, I don't want boxes, no, I don't want tape, no, I don't want a hand truck, no, I don't want a truck, no, I don't want. You go through many, 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 many pages of no, I don't want. Just, check please. So when I go to pick up the trailer, they added on, and I signed for it, I didn't read it, but the $40 whatever insurance. And I'm like, it was $270 for the trailer. No, I don't want. What's up? Shooting Gallery Shooting Gallery. So how's it going, Joe? So that was the first thing I was dealing with. I was a little pissed off. I called the local. I called the place right like after I left, and I said, "Hey, I see you tacked on a $40." They're like, "It's not us, but we'll see what we can do." Whatever. I didn't actually talk to the guy that handles it, but he took a message and they're going to call me back. I called back the next day. He said, "Hey, it's not me. It's like the regional guy that does it." I'm like, "Okay, fine." So after I got to Chicago, I'd already dropped Champaign, I should say. Already dropped off the U-Haul trailer, and I'm like calling, and they said, "Well, they have up to, I don't know what day it was, Sunday. They're telling me they have up to Thursday to give me the $40 back." I'm like, "Really?" I'm just going to call the credit card company and dispute the charges. They're like, "Well, if you do that," I'm like, "All right, fine." Later that night, it was like 10 o'clock that night or so, I got an email saying that, they're going to waive that $40 fee that they just tacked on because that's U-Haul, that's what they do. So, okay, fine. I'm feeling pretty good. When I called the local U-Haul and said, "Hey, I'm going to be dropping off after hours," they're like, "Don't worry, we got cameras, it's all good." I'm like, "Great, fine." Today, while I'm 250 feet, 400 feet underground at the Mammoth Cavern with no cell connectivity, and even above ground there, you barely have cell connectivity, I get a call from U-Haul, and they're telling me that the trailer, it's been 5 days, my rental is up, and I did get an email from them also saying, "Hey, where the hell's the trailer?" They're saying it should have been at the True Value hardware store. And I'm like, "True Value hardware store?" I'm like, "What the heck?" And hello, Drew in Oregon. How's it going, man? So the guy is like, "Where'd you drop it off?" I said, "Wherever it said to drop it off in the email." Check the email, because I'm just got out from underground. I have barely any internet anyhow because I have like a bar. I have just enough to make a phone call and a text. And the guys get nasty with me, and I'm like, "Dude," I'm like, "look at the emails you sent me. That's where I dropped it." He's like, "Well, where did you drop it off?" I'm like, "Wherever it said in the email." He's like, "Well, you need to tell me where you dropped it off." And I'm like, "Dude, I dropped it off. I had 3 people in the car with me. I got a video of me dropping it off. I can send you the video." He's like, "Well, I need to know where the trailer is." So I dropped the trailer off, like I said, Friday, 8:15 p.m. Saturday morning, they apparently logged it in. I don't know why, one isn't talking to the other, but I finally called U-Haul again, let them know once I had signal, once I was able to look up where I dropped off the trailer, talk to a nicer person, and let her know where I dropped off the trailer. She didn't say, "I'll call you back" or anything. She said, "Hey, I'll give them a call and check on it." And then when I had a few more minutes and data and all that bit, maybe an hour later, I called up the local U-Haul where I dropped off. I was on hold for a period of time, but it's the local guy, and I get it. He's dealing with stuff. So, yeah, right, stealing rich. I'll tell you another story about that in a moment. So I look, I have no emails from U-Haul, no like, "Hey, we've located your trailer, everything's good," or no phone call, no text, no nothing. So called the local U-Haul guy. I was on hold for a long time. Like I said, that's okay. He's doing business, good for him. He says, "Yeah, we checked your trailer in the next morning, and we did talk to them." And he's like, "Hey, I'm reading the notes." I'm like, "Take all your time." He says, "Sometimes when you rent from U-Haul, they'll change the drop-off location on you." And I'm like, "Holy crap, I never heard of that." But I was never notified. And look, they could have sent me an email. U-Haul sends a bunch of emails. It sucks. And I'm not putting their app on my phone. They can go after themselves. I don't need another company's app tracking me. So he says, "Yeah, we've got your trailer. We see it's all closed up. Your bill is done, and boom, you're set." after that phone call, I did see an email saying I had a zero balance with U-Haul. So whatever magic is done is done. But he was great. He had no issues dealing with that guy. I was a little pissed with, I basically hung up on the guy. I said, you need to take a chill pill. Give me a call back when you're relaxed. So I would say, grading U-Haul, I think they do a really good job. But beware of this BS, and it means you're going to have to make a bunch of extra phone calls just to get things right. So that's kind of a hassle. All right. So when I picked up the U-Haul trailer, and I'm a bad guy for telling you this, I'm going to say it right now. When I picked up the U-Haul trailer, he told me there is no load jack, there is no tracking, there is nothing on the trailer. They do not know where your trailer is. And he says people steal trailers from U-Haul all the time, and they won't put trackers on them because they're making a stupid amount of money with the trailers. So do with that information whatever you want. Wow. Somebody kick that guy from the comments. One of you guys is a moderator. I'd really appreciate if you boot. Thank you, Shooting Gallery. I appreciate the help. So we are on the road to an Airbnb. 1 hour and 44 minutes away, 115 miles. We will be there 10:30 p.m. I don't know if that's East Coast time, Central time. If it's 1 hour and 44 minutes and it's 7:46 now, that would be 8. So that must be East Coast time. So I did not steal the U-Haul trailer. But anyhow, so that's what's going on. And so I did not buy a Corvette. Did I tell you what I bought? I didn't buy a Corvette. I have a Schrodinger Corvette. I bought a $100 raffle ticket to buy a Corvette. To win a Corvette. So, and my daughter told me that was ridiculous. But whatever. I haven't bought anything on the trip, and that's my fun. How did the sunset? I'm looking around. There was low through there. Alright, anybody got any good videos to watch? Any good video recommendations? I'm going to sign off. And that's about it for me. I don't know who Dark has on tonight. Let's see, it is Tuesday, right? Yes, it is Tuesday. We're going to do a uncensored podcast tomorrow night. And my homework is to watch a movie that we're going to talk about on Uncensored Podcast. And with that, folks, I'll see you in the chat at least for DLD After Dark tonight. Later.